Hello, I'm Ben, and I'm back again with Woo Ninjas. Welcome to our overview of LearnDash Achievements. If you've been looking for a simple solution to increase student engagement and motivation for your online courses, gamification is one of the best routes available. By rewarding your students for their performance, you can increase everything from course completion rates to overall participation in course activities. In the ye olden days of LearnDash, gamification was only possible through third-party plugins. Fortunately, that is no longer the case. LearnDash has just released a new add-on called LearnDash Achievements, giving everyone free access to this LMS's own fully integrated gamification solution. This video is split into 3 parts. First off, I'll briefly discuss the benefits of gamification, and then I will show you how to configure the LearnDash Achievements add-on in order to create an effective reward system for your LearnDash site. First off, I'll briefly discuss the benefits of gamification, and then I will show you how to configure LearnDash Achievements in order to create an effective reward system for your LearnDash site. Finally, I'll walk you through a quick comparison of LearnDash Achievements and another plugin called BadgeOS. Also, please feel free to make use of the timestamps in the video description if you'd rather jump straight to the demo. Let's get started. Before we jump into the tutorial, let's briefly touch on why gamification is one of the best ways to add a bunch of value to your course. For you, the owner, gamifying your site can boost user engagement to the moon, which translates to higher completion rates, increased sales revenue, lower attrition, or even things like user-generated content. Gamification can greatly enhance the user's experience, offering a fun and challenging way to engage with your course materials that actually helps them remember what they're learning better. Google has a modest 14 million results that you can peruse if you want to read up on gamification for yourself, but I'm a numbers guy, so I dug up a few case studies here for your reference that speak for themselves in my opinion. Beat the GMAT, which is a GMAT prep course, saw average user time spent on their website go up by 370% when they introduced a gamified platform. Domino's Pizza created an app that let people just make their own pizza, but that in and of itself is a form of gamification, and it led to a 30% increase in sales revenues. Users on Foldit also solved a scientific conundrum about the proteins of the AIDS virus that had been baffling researchers for 15 years, and they did it in just 10 days. I'll take a quick second to share some other figures from some smaller companies that I doubt any of you have heard of, but for the sake of being thorough. Microsoft received 16 times more feedback than they previously had after they introduced a gamified system. Deloitte training programs that were gamified took 50% less time to complete, which means that obviously people were twice as engaged, and massively improved their long-term engagement. Ford Canada doubled the amount of user actions occurring on its learning portal within 5 weeks after implementing gamification. I think I've managed to make a sort of broad strokes argument, but if you want to read the case studies in more detail, I will include the link that you see at the bottom of the slide in the description below as well. Let's move on to the tutorial. The LearnDash Achievements add-on is available to all LearnDash users with an active LearnDash license, and can be directly downloaded from the add-on menu. Once installed, you'll be able to instantly start creating achievements, or badges, that your students can earn by completing different activities on your LMS. Once the add-on's installed, all you have to do to create an achievement is head over to the left-hand menu, LearnDash LMS, and scroll down to Achievements. The first tab of the Achievements add-on, which is also called Achievements, has basic information about those achievements or badges that you've already set up for your students in your courses, including the title, the trigger, the points awarded, the occurrences, which is the number of times that a single user can earn said achievement, and a button in the publication date. Those of you that are particularly observant have probably noticed that there are 2 Add New Achievement buttons. One's here on the left-hand side, and this blue background button up here in the top right. They have the exact same functionality, so it doesn't really matter which one you click on to open a new achievement. As you saw in the main menu, each achievement has its own title, its own image, which is required, as well as a description that will be displayed on the front end once a certain trigger event takes place. The achievement add-on comes with a variety of pre-installed images that you can use, or you can upload your own if you'd rather get it a bit more personal. I'm just going to take a second here to fill in a mock title and description for the achievement so that you can all see what this looks like. Now that we've got some text and a name, I'm going to head over and upload an image that I think would be, there we go, perfect. Now our achievement has an image, a title, and a description, so we're going to head down to the trigger, which is probably the most important function of the achievement itself. LearnDash Achievements offers two categories of triggers. WordPress triggers from the top for user actions that are associated strictly with WordPress, and LearnDash triggers, which you can see are a bit more numerous. The trigger that you select will determine what further things you can customize immediately below it. So let's walk through a few of these so that you can take a look. Let's click on user registration for WordPress, for example. As you can see, there's nothing really terribly complicated here. The website will know once the user registers to WordPress, they will issue an achievement, and that'll basically be the end of that story. You can determine a point total for this achievement, which is how many points they will obviously get, as well as occurrences. Moving down to the next one, we have simple things like user logs in, user adds a post or a comment, user visits a post, or their post gets visited. You get a little more specific when you enter the LearnDash triggers. So let's just take the example of user enrolling into a group. As you can see, a new subfield has appeared here called group, which obviously we have to then select. You can choose either all groups or a specific course group if you'd like to set a specific achievement for a specific group in a specific course. Let's keep going down the list here. Anytime a user enrolls into a course, you can dish out an achievement. Completes a course, lesson, or topic. If they pass a quiz, same kind of thing. There's another important moment to discuss here. Setting up an achievement for a failure may smack of, millennial achievement participation trophy at first, but the reality is that it's a great way to provide support for students who really may be needing a little bit of a pick-me-up. I have made sort of a parody achievement, as you've already seen, but tucking in something as simple as be sure to reference Chapter 3, Sections 4 through 6 before trying again into an achievement is a phenomenal way to redirect some of that initial disappointment that your students may be feeling into something more positive and workable. As you can see, user fails a quiz requires a little bit more dynamic input than some of the more simple WordPress ones, so we have to choose here either a specific course or let's just say all courses. Same kind of thing, any lesson, any topic, any quiz, right? I'll give my user 5 points for failing for the first time, and I'll say, okay, you've had your failure. I'm not going to let you mine failures for points, so I'm going to set the number of occurrences to exactly once, which is the maximum number of occurrences, number of times that the single user can receive this achievement. How you distribute your points and what you wind up doing with them is entirely up to you. You don't want to just rain points down in your course, but you also don't want to totally shut out students that may be having a harder time than some of their peers. If you want to set a custom URL slug for your achievement, this is the last field at the bottom, and this is the place to do it. When you're done here, all you have to do is publish your achievement, and students will instantly be able to earn this reward. The two other tabs in the Achievements add-on, entitled Settings and Shortcodes, are rather self-explanatory, but we'll walk through them quickly just so that we have a comprehensive overview here. The pop-up settings determines the pop-up time, which is the number of seconds that your achievement will appear on the screen before fading away either manually, if you have it set at 0, or after 5 seconds in this case. Background color and text color speak for themselves, and you also have the ability here to incorporate a right-to-left layout if you so choose. Please do bear in mind one important thing about the format of the achievements box. Keep your descriptions for your achievements succinct and to the point. Regarding shortcodes, you have 2 shortcodes at your disposal here. We're going to start with down here at the bottom first, just for the sake of simplicity. When you add the ID My Achievement shortcode to any page or post, any student will be able to see a list of their achievements displayed on the front end when they log in. The list will only show the images of the achievements in the shortcode area. But if a student hovers over the image with their mouse, they'll also be able to see the title of it. As of the publication date of this video, this is the only option to display user achievements. This first shortcode here is a little bit different. The LearnDash Achievements add-on gives you the option to compare your students' performance in a leaderboard, which in turn creates a sense of healthy competition between your students. You can easily display this leaderboard on any page of your site by using this shortcode. On the front end, your students will see a list of students in the course, as well as the number of points that they have earned listed in descending order. Please do pay attention here to this one little detail. The number parameter here, and with the number in quotation marks, determines how many fields are going to display on the leaderboard, right? So number 20 in this case means that you would be displaying your top 20 students. If you want it to be a little bit more competitive, you can have a top 5 or maybe even a top 3 if you have a huge course, or you kind of want to do something more general in terms of global rewards and just get everybody in there. You could do a top 50. It's completely up to you. That, however, does bring us to the end of our LearnDash Achievements tutorial. I find it helpful to think of it like this. If LearnDash Achievements is a laptop, then BadgeOS is more like a custom-built mid to high-end PC. If your gamification needs are not super complex, or you're trying to dip your toes into the gamification waters for the first time, or perhaps you want a standalone solution that's going to work right out of the box with minimal fuss, then the LearnDash Achievements is going to be the add-on for you. Like a custom PC, however, you're upping the ante quite a bit with BadgeOS, trading increased resource investment and complexity for increased functionality. Users that are already comfortable with WordPress or are seeking out a highly customizable, robust feature set, as well as elaborate reward systems that can grow over time, should absolutely check out what BadgeOS has to offer. Here's a short summary of the fundamental differences between the two, and I'll go ahead and give you a moment to pause and read through them on your own if you would like. All right. LearnDash Achievements is, by all rights, an absolutely self-sufficient add-on of its very own. That said, recall that it only offers 2 categories of triggers to work with: WordPress triggers and LearnDash triggers. If you would like to incorporate other plugins into your gamification ecosystem, such as BuddyPress, WooCommerce, then you have to incorporate BadgeOS into your site. With LearnDash Achievements, your reward system is centered around, you guessed it, achievements and badges. While all of your achievements come with points, you cannot award points by themselves, which in a certain way limits their use. With BadgeOS, all sorts of things can be done with points, from redeeming them during purchases to using them to unlock exclusive course content. Coming down to badges here, BadgeOS badges are not buttons or images, they're much more. They contain verifiable information about the badge, how it was awarded, when it was awarded, and to whom. On top of that, students have the ability to share these badges across their social media accounts. If you have a corporate training or a continuing education site, this is a great feature to offer to your students because they will naturally want to share their course progress with themselves and potentially with employers and supervisors as well. BadgeOS also, you can see here down at the end, offers something called ranks, which allows you to create a level up experience for your students. This is especially useful for anyone using a membership site or a subscription model for their courses, since they can easily establish a membership hierarchy with different levels. Finally, LearnDash Achievements is free for LearnDash users, while BadgeOS is not. BadgeOS also offers a wide variety of add-ons to bring your gamification campaign to the next level, if you will. I'll touch on a few of the more popular ones now, starting with Central Account. Central Account may sound a little counterintuitive at first, but its main function is to create a limited stock of points to issue to your students. As with any resource, limiting supply increases demand, and it also encourages healthy competition if you set your incentivization system up correctly. Referring links does exactly what it sounds like. It allows you to turn interactions with referral links into points or achievements for your students. This is a great way to encourage organic marketing for your course, as students can be incentivized to refer new users back to you. If we continue on down here, activity codes. This is a big one. Activity codes is for creators who really think outside the box, as it allows you to dish out codes that can be redeemed for rewards for off-site activities that your students participate in. got a live webinar coming up, you can absolutely tuck an activity code in at the end, or do what I have done in this video and tuck an Easter egg in for extra credit for your most attentive students. Have an in-person event that requires, that a local group of students could attend feasibly, throw them some points for it. Have an assignment that requires students to generate their own content and post it elsewhere, perhaps, uploading a discussion on YouTube or creating a short video. You get the point. Here's a good example of a website that has implemented some gamification features. Sorry. I just cannot pronounce it. Onomy? Onami. Onomy. O-N-O-M-Y. But anyway, back to the brass tacks here. The account page, which is what we're on right now, it tracks my course progress. As you can see, I have 7 courses, of which I have completed 0. And if we continue scrolling down, we move to my badges, which, okay, we have some custom badges here. Aesthetically simple, but I like the color palette. And they've put some thought into the names here. They're rather witty. Just for the sake of example, I'm curious as to what I need to do in order to get the Yeet achievement. So let's give this guy a click. And here we go. We see a little description. They've tucked in a punching emoji into here, and I can see exactly what I have to do in order to earn it. It's a simple thing, but as you can see, there's a lot of room for creativity. There's a lot of room for creating things that your users will absolutely want to click on here. Let's move on to another website. Here we have another website called CXR that has taken the gamification campaign and they've run with it quite a bit farther than Onomy. I'm gonna stick with Onomy if that's okay. Quite a bit farther than Onomy has. Right off the bat here, we can see that they have created their own custom series of badges hosted by Deloitte, obviously, so there's some legitimacy behind this campaign for sure. We have a Wizard of Oz reference immediately under that, and we're going to take a look down here at the leaderboard just to get a sense of what they've incorporated. Top community members for the past 30 days, constant competition, place, everybody has an avatar, everybody's name is visible, we have number of badges, I guess, 2 different types of coins and their point total, as well as ranks, as I had mentioned earlier, right? Ranks are possible with BadgeOS again, but not with LearnDash Achievements. Below this is, I think, even a better idea, which is an all-time top 50 community members scoreboard, right? So you have the opportunity to get, if they have a particularly productive month, you can jump to the top of the temporary leaderboard, and then you have the all-time for the people that are really putting in the work over maybe periods of several months or however you want to set it up. But in any case, being part of a top 30 or a top 50 is going to be an extremely rewarding experience for students because in a way it's sort of like a hall of fame for the stars that are shining the brightest in your course. If I'm going to talk like a teacher for a moment, the new LearnDash Achievements add-on provides users with a great set of tools to get started with e-learning gamification. This add-on is easy to use, it's absolutely free for LearnDash users, and it works wonderfully with LearnDash LMS. As of today, this gamification solution lacks some features when you compare it to some other more robust or comprehensive plugins in the market, but do be sure to keep on the lookout for more developments coming up in the future. One quick note before I go. Our partner company, LMS Ninjas, has published an ebook discussing gamification and a bunch of other useful things that will help you keep your students engaged and learning for years to come. It is 100% free, it's a very manageable read, and I'll be sure to include a link to it in the already nearly over full description. Thank you so much for being with me today. If you liked the video, please feel free to just crush that like/subscribe/bell button. If you didn't like the video, please feel free to tell us why in the comments below, or express your dissatisfaction by crushing the like/subscribe/bell button. Or, even better, do both, because we'd love to hear from you. This has been Ben with Woo Ninjas. Best of luck on your educational endeavors.